It's a brand new production featuring a brand new set, brand new costumes. Everything that is seen from the floor to the ceiling is newly conceived and built and created for this production. And that's a rare thing, too, particularly for an opera company our size.
Okay, we will continue on with our normal sequence.
Billy Budd is a piece that requires a really specific setting. So we knew from the get-go that for this theater, for this audience, and because we were going to be doing it in such close proximity, the details were going to be important, something with more historical reality. We needed a set that was going to feel very open and really draw the audience in as though they were sitting on the deck of the ship.
The ship is a handmade product. This is from a world of wood. Much of theater still has to be made by hand. And there's these young technicians that are building this by hand. I take real comfort in that, and I think that's something that we can all be very proud of. And of course, the piece is just so extraordinary.
When I'm up on the rat lines, the acoustic changes, and that's proved challenging, but it's so much fun being up there and literally hanging from the ropes and singing down to the audience. You rarely ever get to do that, so that's a lot of fun.
I've got a chorus full of young men and a Billy Budd who happens to be a mountain climber as his main hobby. So for him, he just went up one day and he said, "How high can I go?" And I said, that's high enough, please stop there.
As performers, we're used to adapting. Like, I have a weapon in the show, and I have to be able to manage that weapon as if I've been carrying it in my right hand for 10 years. And the set is the same way. It has to be as if I know every nook and cranny of that set. It's thrilling and sort of addictive in a way.
The audience members can't help but be a part of the show. They're on the ship with us. In such a small and intimate place as this, it's a great experience. It helps to focus you, and it's interesting, too, that we have the orchestra right in the center of the ship as well.
Costume designers are, in a way, cultural anthropologists. So this is Captain Veer's uniform. He is a captain of 3 years seniority on the ship. Billy Budd was a very international experience. The uniforms came from Budapest, and different elements came from everywhere. This belt was custom made. The epaulets came from Australia. In this opera, we had 81 people. There's probably over 100 looks. I would say, with exception of the officers, 70% of the clothes were brand new, and they were all touched with paint or fabric dye or something to make them look old.
Fundamentally, everything is revealed by light. This was actually a pretty complicated design, and so I'm very much engaged in making sure that the lighting and video is as perfect as it can be. Shaving off microseconds here, or shaving off a couple percentage points there, so that we've crafted just exactly the right looks. The actual life of a piece like this is the immaterial feeling that wraps the performers like the music does, to make everything feel exactly real, or as it should be.
My role in conducting Billy Budd or any opera is first and foremost as the representative of the composer, to be faithful to the score and accurately realizing what Britten wrote. When you establish a level of trust and comfort with the music and trust with each other, you can also be a little spontaneous in play. And that's what I believe really helps create the magic. It demands the highest level of concentration from everyone because it is some of the most difficult music written for the stage, not only for the orchestra but also for the singers. Each act is just under 80 minutes. There's an endurance aspect in terms of just the physical act of singing or playing the piece, and there is a mental endurance aspect of it too. But it sure is thrilling. There's an epic feel to this project.